The coat of arms of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, was designed by Robert Watt, the Chief Herald of Canada at the time, for the city after its amalgamation in 1998. The arms were granted by the Canadian Heraldic Authority on January 11, 1999. The coat of arms can be described as follows: a pale and a chief azure. The crest, on a wreath of the colours, issuant from a mural, coronet or mason sable charged with a human heart, gules between two roses, argent, buttoned or slip proper on a grassy mound, vert, a golden eagle, statant, wings elevated and expanded proper. The supporters are, on the dexter, a beaver sageant proper, collared with a torse, gules therefrom on a hexagon or an ash leaf, vert, on the sinister, a brown bear rampant proper, collared with a torse, gules pendant therefrom a hexagon charged with a columbine flower proper. Both supporters are placed on a grassy mount from which at the base of the shield 3 wavy streams in parallel reversed argent, each surcharged with another azure, flow into a barry wavy lakefront, below which is placed a scroll with the motto "Diversity, Our Strength," between 2 maple leaves, gules veined or at the extremities of the scroll. The Canadian Heraldic Authority's official blazon of the coat of arms is arms, or a chief pale azure crest, issuant from a mural, coronet charged with a heart, gules between 2 roses, argent, barbed, vert, seeded or a mound, vert, thereon a golden eagle, wings raised proper. Supporters, on a mound, vert, rising above barry wavy azure and argent and charged with 3 pales wavy azure, fimbriated argent. Dexter, beaver proper gorged with a gold, gules pendant therefrom a hexagon charged with an alder leaf, vert. Sinister, bear proper gorged with a gold, gules pendant therefrom a hexagon charged with a columbine flower, azure. Motto: Diversity, Our Strength. The arms displayed on the shield are designed in a way that represents the 2 towers of Toronto City Hall and the capital letter T, as shown in the image of the arms. The 3 wavy streams beneath the shield represent the 3 rivers of Toronto: the Humber, the Don and the Rouge. The barry wavy lakefront represents Lake Ontario. Former coats of arms. The chain of office of the Mayor of Toronto includes the coats of arms, the heraldic devices of all prior municipalities, including the municipality of Metropolitan Toronto. The coats of arms for the current City of Toronto, the former City of Scarborough, and the former City of York are registered in the Canadian Heraldic Authority's Public Register of Arms, Flags and Badges of Canada. The former City of York was the only former municipality in Metropolitan Toronto to have a motto in Latin, while the mottos of the other municipalities were in English. Toronto, the former City of Toronto, had a coat of arms prior to amalgamation in 1998. The shield consisted of 4 quarters separated by a white cross charged with a red maple leaf. The first quarter was red and charged with 3 golden lions as an allusion to the coat of arms of England. The second quarter was blue with a white stylized rose to allude to York. The third quarter was blue with a white cogwheel for industry, and the fourth quarter displayed a steamboat in gold on red to represent the importance of the lake and waterways in and around the city. The crest was a beaver atop a gold mural crown. The supporters were a First Nations warrior with a bow, and the personification of Britannia with trident and shield painted with the Union Jack. The motto was Industry, Intelligence, Integrity. In an earlier version of the arms, a beaver was shown in place of the white rose, and a sheaf of wheat instead of the cogwheel. In addition, the First Nations supporter in the earlier coat of arms was a chief holding an axe, and both supporters were facing directly across to one another. East York. The Borough of East York's armorial device was designed by Harry Folks, a resident of Leaside. It was selected by the borough in 1967 and consisted of the following elements: shield, a beaver between two maple leaves above a white rose of York; crest, a bulldog; motto, Borough of East York; Etobicoke. The city of Etobicoke's coat of arms included the following items: shield, an alder tree on a mound; crest, a maple leaf coronet; supporters, a First Nations warrior with a bow and a European settler with a musket; motto, tradition, progress. North York. The city of North York's armorial device consisted of shield, a beaver on a crown, on top of a sheaf of wheat and scales of justice; badge, 3 maple leaves on either side of the shield, all within a roundel; motto, progress with economy. Scarborough. The city of Scarborough's coat of arms was granted in 1996 by the Canadian Heraldic Authority, and the official blazon of the arms was as follows: arms, or a columbine flower and a chief embattled azure, issuant from the upper chief, a demi-sun, or crest, issuant from a coronet heightened with 4 ears of corn alternating with 4 millstones, or a maple leaf. Gules. Supporters, 2 stags or attired in ungulled azure, each gorged with a collar of braid gules, argent and azure, standing upon a representation of the Scarborough Bluffs proper, rising above the waters of Lake Ontario, azure and argent. Motto, home above the bluffs. The previous armorial device of the former borough had a shield within a laurel wreath. Upon this shield were the following elements: in quarters, the arms of the province of Ontario; a sheaf of wheat; 2 cogwheels and a factory. A view of the Scarborough Bluffs. York. The city of York's coat of arms was granted in 1993 by the Canadian Heraldic Authority, and the official blazon of the arms was as follows: arms, Vert, dexter, a pale wavy argent charged with a palette, wavy azure, sinister, a sprig of rose, a flowered argent; crest, a rock dove proper rising out of a mural crown, a masoned azure. Supporters, on a grassy mound, dexter, beaver, segent, erect, gorged with a ribbon, Vert, argent and azure; sinister, a lion, segent, the right forepaw raised, gorged with a like ribbon. Motto, ESINGULISCOMMUNITEAS. Badge, a hexagon, Vert, charged with a sprig of rose, a flowered argent. The city's motto was in Latin, and it was the only former municipality with a motto in that language, while the others were in English.